Today's 798 day on computer skills and so learn. I'm learning. I hope this will support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Have you ever heard the saying that I did a better job because I didn't include myself? I didn't include myself because I knew that I could screw it up. That means that I did a better job because me was not in a way. So what is that me? What is that me that is on the way a lot of times? I found that including myself, when I include myself into activity, a lot of times it stops or slows me down because we have a tendency to self-sabotage ourselves. So today I will share like 10 areas, 10 examples where we self-sabotage ourselves if we allow ourselves something to intervene to relax, excel. So number one is like public speaking. Public speaking. That means when you prepare for public speaking gig, you prepare, you practice, and you master the art of speaking, potentially to prepare for presentation or whatever it is. But when you really need to speak, when you need to present, what happens? You fail, and fail miserably if you are a person who are fearful of public speaking, and you didn't do what you practiced. And what happened? It happened that you were scared, you were afraid, you had self-doubts. So that means that if you really leave yourself out of the picture of public speaking and really thinking about the audience and just really focusing on the audience and being able to take out you out of the picture, you will perform at your best because you practiced. You did a great job to prepare for it. So that means there is no question of preparation. The only question is how scared you are to speak and get judged and fear of rejection. And those fear and nervousness really stops to perform at the highest. Number two is really artistic creations. This is where is that? That means that you create and making a beautiful art, and you sometimes do not release it because you think that is not enough, it's not perfect. It's great to have very high standards, but we understand that will never achieve perfection. So that means sometimes it's going to just go after at releasing any kind of art is much better than having that seeking at some kind of perfection that is not achievable whatsoever. So when we look into me in that sense, is that self-critic that doesn't understand that all art is a part of the journey, and we need to release some to get excellent. Because if we're working on one piece to make it perfect, which it will never be, we will stop ourselves to grow and create new art that could become more excellent one by one. Number three is athletic performance. Again, there's so many athletes. They exercise and work out and practice for years and years and years and years. And they prepare for one competition that happens once a year or every 4 years. And then psychology doesn't allow them to perform. So that means that me gets in the way. Because they prepare, they have body, they have the physical abilities to perform at the highest level. But because they don't have ability to control their emotions, they do not perform. So this is again me getting in the way of really performing at the highest level. Number four is leadership. So that means when you think about leadership, a lot of times leaders do not get the highest reward from their actions because they really focus on personal needs more, personal insecurities more, rather than leading the team. So that means me got in the way of leading people. So that means we need to really leave away our personal insecurities when we're leading people, because at the end of the day, people matters, not ours. And at that moment, because we need to be able to really say that those personal insecurities in this moment when I'm leading people do not matter. I need to overcome that. Number five is problem solving, very similar. Problem solving, that means that when you solve a problem, we need to leave our ego away. So you will step out of that ego. What is the problem? So focusing again on the problem. What's the problem? The problem is not me. Problem is this particular situation. So let's leave the ego away and work it through. And when you're able to really leave the ego, you're able to leave all the opinions that could stop you from moving and taking action regarding solving the problem. Number six is exam performance. Again, this is, for example, you're a student and everyone knows that when exams is coming, stress are elevating every single day. And people, because they're stressed, they overreach, they drink some kind of maybe energy drinks, alcohol, or anything between that, it really doesn't allow them to study and be focused at the highest level because they're stressed. Because it's very, very important to be focused when you study. But now, if you have a huge anxiety, that slows your studies. And of course, because of that, you do not get the highest ranks. And being able to focus and leave the anxiety away, and I guess this is part of the me getting in a way, because my anxiety led to this not being able to focus and not able to get the highest result. Number 7 is negotiation. Negotiation, really focusing on this. One thing that is common is being able to really step away from me at the moment, really focusing what's this deal could be the best, how we can share a win-win situation, how we're able to make it happen. So it means that I'm not thinking about myself, I'm thinking about how I could make this deal the best deal possible. And when you think about it, it's much easier to negotiate because now you leave yourself out of the picture. Number 8 is parenting. Parenting is as well one of those things that when you really think about, okay, how I could really control my emotions, how I could really leave, because everyone wants the best for their kids, everyone wants the best for their mentees. And that means that we need to learn how to leave the emotions out of the picture, leave all the things that slows us down, and really focus on helping people. Because if you're not able to control your own emotions, how are you able to really help someone else to overcome their struggles that they're going through? This is again me getting in the way. Number 9 is project management. Project management, and that means this biggest part is understanding that you need to be able to and open to suggestion. And that means that again you need to be okay to reduce your ego and say that I do not know everything, and I'm great in learning, improving, getting better, getting suggestions, and moving forward. Because when you open to suggestions, projects will go much more smooth because you are learning, even though if maybe you didn't know something. But now, you got a suggestion, you improved, now you know. So powerful. I know that it's sometimes it's hard to show that you don't know, but when you learn to show confidently that you do not know and be vulnerable about it, I think that this is very, very powerful, and you're able to learn how to leave yourself out of the picture to really to get them the biggest results. And the last one that I want you to really to mention is conflict resolution. Conflict resolution. So it means that when you think about conflict again, we need to focus on directly and at that conflict. So it means that we leave all the grudges, everything behind, and being able to focus at the moment, being present. That means that when you think about really being and leaving that me aside, that means you need to be very, very present and at the task, at the activity at your hand. And when you're able to do that, that means that it doesn't matter what happened a year ago. It doesn't matter what happened a week ago. It doesn't matter what happened an hour ago. What matters is what's happening now. So when you're able to focus on what's happening now and really deal with this conflict, just that one conflict, it's much easier to really solve that without bringing any future or past things that could really make it much more complex, and of course much more difficult to overcome that. So when I think about today's topic, the most important part to realize that when we pursue something, we pursue it with wholeheartedly and we do an amazing job, but a lot of times we allow ourselves to stop us with self-doubts, self-sabotaging doubts is not enough, because I know that a lot of people do not pursue the things that they want because they have self-doubts. They wanted to apply for some kind of job, but they feel that they're not enough. So it means you prepared, you did an amazing job, you have everything you need, but you have self-doubts. So that means ourselves, is getting on the way to really pursue the things that I want, that we want. So I think that we really need to learn, just ask her and really take away from it ourselves and say, what do I want? Without thinking about all the self-doubts, because that self-doubts sometimes is not you. We just attach ourselves to that. And sometimes we need to change our perception of ourselves, that we really do not allow that worst part of us, so be fear of rejection, to really come into us. Because we are positive and negative, and both of us are us and me. So that means that if you be able to learn to really include other me, because I think that this is part of the now I realize that we're able to have that negative me and be able to have that positive me, and that positive me that has a full of affirmation, full of energy, full of great thoughts. So we need to include that me that who is really encouraging yourself. You can do this. You can make this. Just do it. I can make it happen. When you include that kind of person, that kind of me, of course, it will be much, much easier to perform at the highest level. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.